Lisa Hayes stood on the edge of the human settlement and looked at the alien sky. The sun was red and big. The clouds were orange and purple. Everything on this planet was different from Earth. Everything was strange and dangerous. She had been on KEPLER 442b for 3 months now. 3 months of learning new rules, new languages, new ways to survive. The Corellians controlled this world. They were the rulers here. And Lisa was trying to keep her people alive. The Corellians were big creatures. They had fur like wolves, but they walked on 2 legs like humans. Their eyes were gold and sharp. When they looked at you, they saw everything. They saw if you were strong or weak. They saw if you were a threat. The Corellian pack had made an agreement with the human settlement. The humans could live here. The humans could use the land. But the humans had to follow Corellian rules. The first rule was simple. Never interfere with pack business. Never tell the Corellians what to do. Just live quietly and stay out of their way. Lisa understood these rules. She had studied the Corellian culture for months before coming here. She knew that their world was ruled by strength. The strong ate first. The strong made decisions. The weak died. This was how things worked here. This was the natural way. But today, everything would change. Lisa was walking toward the settlement gate when she heard the scouts yelling. Something was happening in the valley. Something was wrong. She ran toward the noise with 3 of her team members. When she got there, she stopped and stared. A young Corellian cub was running toward the human settlement. The cub was small, maybe 4 feet tall. Its back leg was bent in a bad way. The cub was bleeding. The cub was limping badly and moving slowly. Every step looked like pain. Behind the cub, on the high ridge above the valley, the mother pack watched. There were 20 Corellians up there. Their eyes were on the cub. They did not move. They did not run after the cub. They just watched. Lisa knew what this meant. She had read about this in the files. The cub was cast out. The pack had decided the cub was weak. The pack had decided the cub could not survive. So the pack had pushed the cub away. The pack would not feed the cub. The pack would not protect the cub. The pack would let the cub die in the wilderness. This was Corellian law. Survival of the strongest. Nothing more. The cub saw the human settlement. The cub saw Lisa and the others. The cub kept running toward them. The cub knew the humans might help. The humans might give food. The humans might give shelter. But the pack was watching. The pack was waiting to see what the humans would do. Kren appeared next to Lisa. He was a big Corellian warrior with scars on his face and old battle marks on his body. His fur was dark gray. His eyes were bright gold. He had become something like a friend to Lisa over the past 3 months. He was the one who helped her understand Corellian ways. The cub must die, Kren said. His voice was hard. His voice had no feeling in it. The pack has decided. The cub is weak. The cub cannot hunt. The cub will only slow down the pack. Lisa did not answer. She was watching the cub. The cub's eyes were bright. The cub was afraid, but the cub was also brave. The cub had run toward danger because there was no other choice. The cub wanted to live. The cub was fighting to live. Our law is clear, Kren continued. A cub that is cast out is already dead. We do not kill them. We do not hunt them. We simply leave them. The wilderness will finish what the pack started. This is how it has always been. Lisa nodded slowly. She understood. But understanding and accepting were 2 different things. The cub was getting closer. The cub was limping badly. The injured leg was useless now. The cub was moving on 3 legs. Blood was leaving a dark red trail on the rocky ground. The cub would not survive long like this. Not without help. The other human team members were looking at Lisa. They were waiting to see what she would do. They were waiting to see if their commander would follow the Corellian law or the human law. "We need to do something," said Marcus Powell. He was the medical doctor. He was the healer. Healers always wanted to save lives. This was what healers did. "We cannot," said another team member. The Corellians said, "We cannot interfere. If we help the cub, they will see us as breaking our agreement." Lisa felt the weight of the choice sitting on her shoulders like a heavy stone. She was the commander. She was responsible for all these people. She was responsible for keeping the settlement safe. If she did something wrong, the Corellians might attack. The Corellians might kill all of them, but she was also human. The cub was only 50 meters away now. The cub was moving very slowly. The cub was using every bit of strength to keep going. The cub refused to give up. The cub refused to lie down and wait for death. Lisa looked back at the ridge where the mother pack stood. They were completely still. They were watching. They were waiting. They wanted to see if the humans would save the cub or let the cub die. This choice would tell them everything about human nature. This choice would show them what humans really were. This choice would shape the future of two entire species. Lisa took a step forward. "Get the medical kit," she said quietly. "Get water and food. Get bandages and medicine. This cub is about to become part of our settlement." "Commander," Marcus said, "the Corellians—" "I know what the Corellians think," Lisa interrupted. "I also know what I think. I know what I believe is right. Sometimes those things are different. Sometimes you have to choose between what is safe and what is true." The cub was now only 20 meters away. The cub was almost at the settlement gate. The cub was almost safe. Lisa walked forward to meet the cub. The mother pack on the ridge did not move. The pack did not attack. The pack did not charge down the mountainside. The pack simply watched and waited. And in that moment, Lisa Hayes made a choice that would change everything. The cub collapsed 3 meters from the settlement gate. Its breathing was very fast and very shallow. Its injured leg was swollen and purple. The bone was broken. Lisa could see it clearly. The break was bad. The break was serious. The cub might lose the leg if it became infected. Lisa knelt down next to the injured animal. She moved slowly and carefully. She did not want to frighten the cub. She did not want to make the pain worse. "I am here to help," she said in a soft voice. "You are safe now." The cub's gold eyes looked at her face. The cub was afraid. The cub was hurt. But the cub was also intelligent. The cub could understand that this human was not a threat. The cub could understand that this human was trying to help. Kren stood nearby with 4 other Corellian warriors. They were watching everything. Their massive bodies blocked the sunlight. Their shadows fell across the cub. But they did not move to attack. They did not move to stop Lisa. "This action will cause problems," Kren said. His voice was serious. His voice showed no anger, but also no support. "The pack will question why the humans showed this weakness. Is it weakness to help those who cannot help themselves?" Lisa asked. She was still kneeling beside the cub. She was examining the broken leg with careful hands. "Yes," Kren answered immediately. "On this world, weakness leads to death. You cannot change this law. You cannot change how nature works." Lisa did not respond. Instead, she called to Marcus. "Bring the portable medical scanner. Bring the bone stabilizer from the surgery kit. This cub needs immediate treatment." Marcus ran back into the settlement with 2 other team members. They returned quickly with medical equipment. Lisa had used this equipment many times on human patients. But a Corellian was not human. The body was different. The bones were different. The physiology was different. "Can you do this?" Marcus asked. He was holding the medical scanner, waiting for Lisa's instructions. "I do not know," Lisa said honestly, "but I have to try." She spent the next 6 hours working on the cub's leg. She used the scanner to see inside the broken bone. She used medicine to make the pain go away. She used tools to set the bone back into the correct position. She used special paste to hold the bone stable while it healed. The cub stayed still. The cub trusted her. Even though the cub was in pain, the cub did not try to fight. The cub did not try to bite. The cub simply lay there and let the human help dot. By the time the sun went down, the cub's leg was wrapped and protected. The cub was given water with nutrients in it. The cub was placed on soft blankets in the medical shelter. The cub's breathing became slower and calmer. The cub was going to survive. The Corellian warriors had watched the entire time. They had not moved. They had not interfered. But Lisa could see something changing in their faces. They were seeing something new. They were seeing a human put effort into saving a weak creature. They were seeing a human refuse to follow the natural law of strength and death. Late that night, Lisa sat outside the medical shelter. She was tired. She had used all her energy. But she knew the hard part was not over. The hard part was just beginning. Kren approached her in the darkness. His gold eyes reflected the light of the settlement lamps. "Why did you do this?" he asked. It was a real question. He wanted to understand. "Because the cub has value," Lisa said. "Not because the cub is strong, but because the cub has intelligence. The cub has will. The cub has the desire to survive. These things have value in my species." Kren was quiet for a long time. "The mother pack is very angry," he finally said. "The Alpha is calling for a council meeting. Tomorrow, we will decide what to do about the human settlement and what you have done." Lisa nodded. She had expected this. She had known there would be a price for her choice. "I understand," she said. "Do you?" Kren asked. His voice was hard. "The mother pack might decide you cannot stay here. The mother pack might decide that humans are too dangerous. The mother pack might decide that you must leave this world." Lisa looked at the warrior. "Then I will explain why I did this. I will explain what we believe. And if the pack decides we must leave, at least we will leave knowing we did what was right." Kren made a sound like a growl, but it was not an angry sound. It was almost like respect. "Tomorrow will be very difficult for you, Lisa Hayes," he said. "Tomorrow you will have to be very brave." The council meeting took place on a high mountain above the settlement. Lisa climbed the mountain with Kren and 2 guards. The cub, who was now being called Scout by the humans, stayed in the medical shelter with Marcus. Lisa carried the medical reports and healing records. She carried proof that the cub was recovering. The Alpha Pack sat in a large circle on the mountainside. There were 10 major leaders there. The mother of Scout was among them. She was watching Lisa with eyes full of anger and pain. The Alpha, a massive female with pure white fur, looked at Lisa with an expression that showed no feeling at all. "You have broken the agreement," the Alpha said. Her voice was like thunder. "You have interfered with pack law. You have protected what the pack decided should die. Explain yourself, human." Lisa took a breath. She thought about what she wanted to say. She thought about the words that would help these creatures understand human nature. "I have not broken the agreement," Lisa said. "I have not taken any action against the pack. The cub came to us of its own will. The cub asked for help without words. The cub showed us that it wanted to live. In my species, we answer such a request. We answer with help. We answer with care." "The cub was cast out by the mother," said one of the council members. His fur was black and scarred. To help the cub is to say the mother was wrong. To help the cub is to say pack law is wrong. "No," Lisa replied. To help the cub is to say that my species has different laws. You have your way. We have our way. We do not demand that you follow our way. We only ask that you permit us to follow it. The mother of Scout made a loud sound like a roar of pain. She stood up, her body shaking with emotion. My cub was weak, she said. My cub could not hunt. My cub could not fight. My cub was a burden. I made the correct choice. I made the choice a mother must make. Lisa met her eyes with respect and kindness. Your cub is not weak. Your cub has a broken bone. This is different from weakness. A broken bone can be healed. It can be fixed. I have fixed it. In 3 months, your cub will run and hunt like any other Corellian. The council members looked at each other. The Alpha leaned forward. What is your proof? She demanded. Lisa opened her medical records. She showed them the scanner images of the broken bone. She showed them the images of the bone being set and stabilized. She showed them the daily records of healing and recovery. This is human magic, one council member said. No, Marcus said. He had followed Lisa up the mountain with his own medical equipment. This is human medicine. This is science. This is the knowledge we have developed over millions of years of treating injuries. The cub's bone is healing. The cub will be whole again. The white alpha looked at Scout's mother. If the human speaks truth, your cub will live, the alpha said. If your cub lives, your cub will return to strength. But now your cub will carry knowledge of human ways. Your cub will understand things no Corellian understands. Is this good or bad? No one answered. This was a new question. This was a situation that had never happened before. Lisa stepped forward. With respect, I will answer. In my opinion, this is good. Your cub will become a bridge between our species. Your cub will understand both Corellian strength and human compassion. Your cub will teach you that strength and mercy are not opposites. Your cub will show you that we can be powerful in many different ways. The black-furred council member shook his head. You speak of things we do not believe in. You speak of mercy and compassion. These things make species weak. These things make them prey. No, Lisa said firmly. I say that true strength is the power to choose. The power to choose weakness when you want to. The power to show mercy when you could show violence. The strongest warriors are the ones who can do anything but choose to do something better. The council was silent. The mother of Scout was looking at Lisa with an expression that was hard to read. The white alpha made a decision. We will accept your argument, she said. The cub will live. The cub will live under human protection. The cub will learn human ways. In 1 year, we will evaluate this decision. If the cub grows strong, if the cub becomes valuable, then humans may remain in our territory. If this is a mistake, if weakness spreads through the cub, then humans will be removed from this world. Lisa felt relief wash through her body. 1 year. That was all she needed. 1 year to prove that compassion and strength could live together. 6 months had passed since the council meeting. Scout had recovered completely. The broken leg was now stronger than it had been before. Scout could run faster than many young Corellians. Scout could jump high. Scout could fight and play without any sign of injury. But something else had happened to Scout, something that surprised everyone. Scout had become friends with the human settlement. Scout had learned human language. Scout had learned human ways. Scout had begun to think like a human, while still remaining completely Corellian. And more than this, Scout had become interested in human technology. Lisa was in the settlement workshop when Scout appeared. The young Corellian bounded in with energy and excitement. Scout's tail was moving fast. Scout's eyes were bright. Lisa, come see, Scout said in halting human words. Scout was still learning to speak, but getting better every day. I made something. Scout had taken materials from the human settlement. Scout had watched the engineers work. Scout had put pieces together in a new way. Scout had created a pulley system that could lift heavy objects with less effort. Lisa examined Scout's creation carefully. The engineering was clever. The design was efficient. Scout had taken human mechanical knowledge and improved it with Corellian understanding of strength and leverage. "This is excellent work," Lisa said. She meant it completely. Kren was watching from the doorway. He had come to the settlement more often now. He had come to understand that humans had value. He had come to see that different did not mean bad. "The pack is talking about Scout," Kren said. "The pack is saying that Scout is becoming strange. The pack is wondering if we made a mistake." "Or maybe," Marcus suggested, "the pack is learning something new. Maybe the pack is learning that change is not always bad." 3 days later, a message came from the Alpha Pack. The Alpha had called another council meeting. The 1-year judgment would come early. Lisa climbed the mountain again, but this time, Scout came with her. The young Corellian walked beside Lisa, holding her hand like they were family. The mother of Scout was at the council. She was looking at her child with eyes full of confusion and wonder. She did not understand what Scout had become, but she could see that Scout was happy. She could see that Scout was strong. The Alpha looked at Scout carefully. "You have grown strong," she said. "Yes," Scout replied in Corellian, but with human accent. "Lisa showed me how." "You have learned human words," another council member observed. "Yes," Scout said. "I have learned many things. I have learned that strength is not only about fighting. Strength is about thinking. Strength is about choosing what is right." The mother of Scout made a soft sound. It was not a roar of anger. It was something like pride. "The human was correct," the mother said. "My cub is not weak. My cub has become something new. Something strong in a different way." The White Alpha nodded slowly. "Humans will remain in our territory," she announced. "Humans have shown us that there are different kinds of strength. Humans have proven that compassion can exist with power. Scout will continue learning human ways. Scout will teach us what you have learned." Lisa felt tears in her eyes. She was human. She knew about tears. She knew about emotions. But even Kren, the hardened warrior, seemed moved by this moment. "Will the pack accept the cub back?" Lisa asked. "Will the mother be able to claim Scout again?" The Alpha looked at Scout's mother, then at Scout, then at Lisa. "The cub was cast out once," the Alpha said. "The cub cannot be cast out and then claimed again. But the cub can choose to rejoin the pack now. The cub is no longer unwanted. The cub is now valued. The question is whether the cub will choose to stay with the humans or return to the pack." Everyone looked at Scout. Scout looked at Lisa, then his mother, then back at Lisa. "I will stay with Lisa," Scout said. "I will be the bridge between our species. I will teach the pack what I have learned. But I will also go hunting with the pack sometimes. I will spend time with my mother. I will be both human and Corellian now." The mother of Scout approached her cub. She put her massive head against Scout's smaller head. They touched foreheads in the ancient Corellian sign of family and acceptance. 1 year later, Lisa stood on the observation platform and looked out at the planet below. Everything had changed in 12 months. Everything was different now. Scout had become the most valued member of the settlement. The young Corellian worked with human engineers to develop new technology. Scout understood both species. Scout could translate not just words, but ideas. The human colony on Kepler 442b had expanded. More ships had arrived. More humans had come to live on this world. And the Corellian pack had welcomed them. Not because the pack loved humans, but because the pack had learned the difference could be strength. Kren stood beside Lisa now. He had become something like a friend to her. No, more than a friend. He had become something like family. The government on Earth wants a full trade agreement, Lisa said. They want minerals and technology. They want military cooperation. And we will give it to them, Kren replied. Because we have learned that cooperation is stronger than isolation. Scout has taught us this. Below, Scout was running through the valley with a group of young Corellians. Scout was teaching them human games. Scout was making them laugh. The rigid, pure Corellian society was becoming softer, more flexible. It was becoming more like humanity, but it was not losing its strength. If anything, the Corellians were becoming stronger through change. Marcus came to stand with them. The medical equipment we brought is helping the entire pack, he said. Corellians that would have died from injuries are being saved. The population is growing faster now. Is this good? Kren asked. When our population grows, we need more food. We need more territory. Then humans and Corellians will expand together, Lisa said. We will explore this world together. We will settle new lands together. We will hunt together when necessary. We will be one community now, even though we are two species. Scout appeared, running up to them with excitement. The young Corellian was breathing hard from running. I have created something new, Scout said. A vehicle that humans and Corellians can use together. Humans will control the steering. Corellians will provide the power. Together, we can move heavy things very far. Lisa smiled. This was exactly what she had hoped for. Not just survival, but collaboration. Not just peace, but genuine partnership between species. Show us, she said. Scout led them to the workshop. There, Lisa saw the first vehicle designed by both species working together. It was not perfect. It was crude in some ways, but it worked. The design showed Corellian strength and human cleverness combined. That night, Lisa wrote a message to send back to Earth. We have succeeded, she wrote. Kepler 442b is not just a settlement. It has become a place where two species are learning to live together. We have discovered that compassion is not weakness. Mercy is not failure. Strength exists in many forms. And the greatest strength of all is the ability to see value in those who are different. The Corellians are learning what it means to be more than pure survival. Humans are learning what it means to be humble and respectful of other cultures. Together, we are building something that will change both our species forever. She sent the message into the darkness of space, knowing that the response would take months to arrive. But she did not need to wait for approval. She already knew that what they were doing was right. Scout was sleeping in the medical shelter, exhausted from a day of work and play. The cub that the pack had cast out was now the center of a new world. A world where different was not wrong. A world where weakness could be healed. A world where mercy was the greatest strength. Lisa looked up at the alien stars and thought about the choice she had made that first day. The choice to help an injured cub. The choice to defy pack law and human caution. The choice to believe that compassion could survive in a hostile world. That choice had led to this moment. That choice had changed everything. As Lisa watched the twin moons rise over Kepler 442b, she knew that this was only the beginning. The true story of human and Corellian friendship was just starting. And it would be more important than any treaty or trade agreement. It would be the story of what happened when one person decided that mercy mattered. When one person refused to follow the old rules. When one person believed that change was possible and had the courage to make it happen. Scout slept peacefully in the medical shelter, safe and loved and valued. The impossible choice had led to an impossible dream. And that dream was becoming real.